What's going on, Aurora Alliance, and welcome back to a brand new EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 related video. Now in this video I'm going to be going over some possible future characters, locations, things like that, which could be in EA Star Wars Battlefront 2. So with EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 sitting on the horizon for release next year, you can already pre-order it on Amazon, it's that close. A lot of fans have been making a lot of sort of mock-up concept art of what they'd like to see in EA Star Wars Battlefront 2, or things which could possibly be in there. A lot of them look really neat, and to be honest, a lot of them look really real. If you didn't know these were concept arts, you'd probably take these as 110% pure fact, because they're actually that good. So the first one up is we have some sequel trilogy heroes from the new Star Wars movies, which EA DICE have already confirmed the next EA Star Wars Battlefront game is actually going to be about the new movies. So these were created by Battlefront Captures, and he shared them on Twitter. And this is a mock-up of what we could possibly see for the Resistance side. This does take a bit of a guess on what, in particular, Rey's abilities could be if she is in the EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 game. And the abilities do seem pretty cool. I mean, you've got Staff Strike, I have no idea what that could actually be, but it sounds cool. You have Quick Repair, so repairing any droids or ships or vehicles in general. And then Pistol Spray, which I imagine would be like Han Solo's rapid fire type ability. So there would be the link from the first EA Star Wars Battlefront and the second EA Star Wars Battlefront. And then for the First Order side, we have possible Kylo Ren abilities, such as his Force Freeze, which we do get to see him use in The Force Awakens. We have Saber Flurry, which I'm guessing would be just a lot of rapid strikes kind of thing with his lightsaber, and then Rage Strike, which I'm guessing would be one powerful attack, which would do a lot more damage than a normal lightsaber attack. Although these are based solely on Episode 7, they're pretty much guaranteed to be our new heroes in EA Star Wars Battlefront 2, considering, like I said before, it has been confirmed that we are going to be getting the next EA Star Wars Battlefront revolving around the new film, so I'm guessing that's going to be Episode 7, 8 and 9. Probably not so much Rogue One, because we are going to get a Rogue One DLC for the current Star Wars Battlefront, but I definitely think it will be the new trilogy. So next up we have potential prequel trilogy villains, and this one was actually done by the Iron Commander over on Twitter. First up, he gives us our Separatist Alliance villains that we could potentially see, which include Darth Maul, General Grievous and Count Dooku. These would be absolutely amazing villains to see in Battlefront, especially with Darth Maul having his double-bladed saber and General Grievous having his arm split ability to give him 4 lightsabers. Seeing those guys run around the battlefield would be absolutely amazing and completely terrifying, to be honest. Count Dooku's abilities do also fit in really well with how he was in the film, because he has his Force Lightning ability, Heavy Strike and Separatist Resources. If you do remember, Count Dooku was the main sort of bad guy to work with the Separatists in the prequel trilogy. He also then went ahead and did a Galactic Republic side, where we see Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Master Yoda. These would be absolutely amazing. We get to see Obi-Wan Kenobi with his potential ability of Jedi Mind Trick, Anakin Skywalker's potential ability of Saber Throw, and Master Yoda's potential ability of Force Wave, Force Leap and Jedi Healing, which fit in really well with his character. It's a shame that EA DICE aren't actually going to cover the prequel trilogy in their Star Wars games at the moment. They could do it in the future, but like I said, EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 is going to be revolving around the new films, so that is probably going to be the new trilogy. So we might never actually get to see these iconic heroes and villains from the prequel trilogy ever feature in an EA Star Wars Battlefront game. Next up we have some potential map concept art type things, and the first one is the Takodana map, done by Star Wars Battlefront Cantina on Twitter, and this obviously shows Maz's castle on Takodana, and it would be an excellent map to see implemented into a sequel trilogy for Battlefront, considering we have the big scene in the movie where Kylo Ren and the First Order attack Maz's castle to try and get the map leading to Luke Skywalker from BB-8. The current Star Wars Battlefront is lacking a bit in environment events, which the Battlefield series has always seen. In the Battlefield games you can destroy most of the environments you actually play in. You can destroy buildings, trees, vehicles, anything you really want to, but in Battlefront that doesn't really ever happen. Maz's castle could change that if it was actually a map in the new EA Star Wars Battlefront. In The Force Awakens, the First Order, like I said, do try to destroy the castle while looking for BB-8 to get the map out of him. So it would be cool to see if this map ever did feature in a Star Wars Battlefront game, the castle actually sort of crumbling, falling apart at different stages of the game. Next up we have a Coruscant Underworld map, and this was crafted by user Dajwin and posted to Imager and also shared on Reddit. The Coruscant Underworld is definitely a map from the Clone Wars that we would like to see in Star Wars Battlefront. The underworld of Coruscant is a very dark and sort of dangerous place, and as well as featuring in the Clone Wars TV series, it also featured in Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. It would definitely be a cool place to have a map, and I hope they do actually introduce something like this into future games. He also did a lot more concept art for potential loading screens and maps that you are seeing coming on screen now. These are really cool and I would like to see most of these actually happening, but they are set around the prequel trilogy, so the chances of it happening are pretty slim. I do hope at some point though that EA Star Wars do actually realise that a lot of people want to see prequel trilogy games, so they do implement a few of these into DLCs for Battlefront in the future, or even free updates to just give a lot of fans what they actually want. The final main concept art that we're going to be focusing on today is Walker Assault on Felucia. Redditor u/Starlord722 created this particular concept art piece. It was taken from a Season 3 episode of the Clone Wars, and it imagines what Walker Assault could possibly look like between the Republic and the Separatists on a night map of the planet Felucia. This would look absolutely amazing in the Frostbite engine. The darkness of the night would mesh extremely well with the colourful illuminating flora of the planet, and especially since Felucia actually did feature in the original Battlefront 2, and it also featured in Star Wars The Force Unleashed, the first game. I think you actually visit that planet twice in that game, and it was definitely a cool planet to explore and fight on. I also like this piece of concept art because it shows what it would look like looking over the shoulder of a battle droid. But again, I don't think we're ever actually going to see the prequel trilogy feature in a Star Wars Battlefront game, but I do hope I'm wrong because there is just so much potential for that particular era of Star Wars in a game. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think of all this concept art. I've seen a lot of it flying about recently on Twitter, so I thought I would show it to you guys who maybe don't have Twitter, so you can see exactly what they're like and what future Star Wars Battlefronts could potentially look like. If they do look like this, it would be absolutely amazing and pretty much every Star Wars fan's dream, because they're just brilliant really. They're what everybody wants to see in a game of Star Wars Battlefront. Smash a like on the video if you have enjoyed it, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to join the Aurora Alliance and be kept up to date with all things Star Wars. Other than that, may the Force be with you.